I really wish somebody told me sooner that how your mentor answers your questions can make the difference between whether you become profitable or not. Because asking a mentor for an answer to your trading problems is completely different from being guided just to find it yourself. So what I mean is when most traders learn, they fall into the habit of asking, is this a valid setup? Would you take this trade? And a mentor who simply answers yes or no might seem helpful and you might seem like you're moving forward. But all you've learned in that moment is what they see, and you haven't built the ability to see it yourself. So a better approach, in my opinion, is to decide first. So act on that decision and then get feedback after. Don't try to get the answer before you try and then get feedback from that. That way you experience the full process. Noticing something, making that call, following through, and then seeing how it compares to reality. This is where your real education and learning happens, because now you've engaged your own decision making before anyone else stepped in. For example, in my own mentorship, I strictly forbid my students to ask questions right from the get-go. Once they're done the course, I do not let them ask questions. Their very, very first homework task after finishing the course is to locate 10 trades on their own. No prompts, no hints, and send it when they believe it confirms. They just screenshot and they send it. And there's no analysis. There's no, oh, I would have taken this. It's, I'm going to take this trade right now because this is how it follows the strategy. And so when the trade is done, then we review it together. And we break down what they saw, where it lined up with all the rules and where it didn't. And what this does is it teaches them to make decisions without relying on approval and to see mistakes as normal, useful, ego-free, and things to be corrected so that you don't make them in the future. And so why this works is that when you try to solve something on your own, your brain has to pull from memory, apply the rules, and commit to a specific answer. And that effort itself strengthens the connections in your brain responsible for recognizing and acting on those patterns. Then, when you compare your decision to the actual outcome, you create what's called a prediction error, and the gap between what you expected and what happened. And that gap is what triggers your brain to update and improve for the next time. And so when somebody gives you the answer before you make a decision, that prediction error never happens. You might remember what they said for a little while, but it won't stick when you're trading live because you never practice recognizing and acting it on yourself. And this is why the difference between asking for the answer and being guided to find it is so big, because one builds dependence and the other builds independence, confidence, and the actual real skill that you need. And in trading, that difference determines whether you can take trades on your own or only when somebody's looking over your shoulder.